Одним из партнеров и спонсоров выставки Last for Life стала организация Community Bank Caulfield Park, локальное отделение австралийского банка Bendigo Bank. Этот банк не совсем обычная финансовая структура. Он работает по так называемой Community Banking модели, которая появилась в Австралии в конце 1990-х годов. Суть этой модели заключается в том, что банк принадлежит и работает в тесной связи с местным сообществом. Часть прибыли от банковской деятельности возвращается обратно в район в виде грантов, спонсорства и поддержки социальных и культурных проектов. По всей Австралии сеть таких комьюнити-банк отделений уже инвестировала более 416 миллионов долларов в развитие местных инициатив, от образовательных программ и спортивных объектов до культурных проектов и искусства. Отделение Community Bank Caulfield Park было открыто в 2004 году и с тех пор активно участвует в развитии района Caulfield и соседних районов Мельбурна. Особенность банка заключается в том, что он направляет до 80% своей прибыли обратно в местное сообщество.
Not Fair has been around for, I think it was about 16, 17 years is what I was told, and it's always been a home for bold ideas. A place where artists push boundaries, experiment with form, and often find new ways of seeing the world. Lust for Life captures this spirit perfectly, full of energy, curiosity, and purpose. And the theme gives me the perfect bridge as to why Caulfield Park Bendigo Bank is here tonight. Here's the thing. We're not just a regular bank. We're a Bendigo community bank, which means we don't operate like a normal branch, but the profits don't go back to investors, but 80% of the profits stay here and they go straight back into our community. So when people bank with Caulfield Park Community Bank, they're not just choosing where to put their money, they're choosing what kind of community they want to live. A community with festivals, with youth programs, with sports clubs, with creative spaces. And yes, with events exactly like Not Fair.
So I run an organisation called Hatsola, and very quickly we're a community first responder, medical first response. A lot of you have probably called us. I've probably seen a lot of you at 2 o'clock in the morning at some point. And we have about 50 volunteers who come out any time of day or night, 24/7, and respond to medical emergencies. We get there usually well before the ambulance does. And we've had a really long and fruitful relationship with Bendigo Bank on multiple sides, really. I mean, obviously there's being a charity, we're recipients of Bendigo Bank's grants that they give us every year, and it goes towards life-saving equipment that we purchase with our money, and generally with our operating costs. There's a human need to be charitable and to help people and to volunteer and things like that. And not all of us get to do the Hatsola type of volunteering where you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning to go help someone. But the irony of Bendigo Bank is that just by opening an account there or by supporting the bank, you're actually being part of a bigger charity picture, which is beautiful and goes to help many people. And I think I always say to people that donate to Hatsola that you're part of the life saving, and I think you'd extend that to Bendigo Bank also. When you're banking with Bendigo Bank, you're actually extending into the charity work yourself, and you're doing that charity work. So keep up the amazing work, and thank you for having us here tonight.
Community Bank Caulfield Park строит свою работу вокруг идеи, что успешный бизнес возможен только в сильном и здоровом сообществе. Поэтому банк развивает партнерство с местными организациями и поддерживает проекты, которые помогают укреплять социальные связи, развивать культуру и создавать новые возможности для жителей района. Например, банк регулярно финансирует общественные программы и благотворительные инициативы. Среди них проекты помощи семьям, образовательные программы и волонтерские инициативы. Поддерживая художественные выставки, такие как Last for Life, банк помогает независимым художникам находить аудиторию, а локальной художественной сцене развиваться. Такие партнерства показывают, как финансовые организации могут играть важную роль не только в экономике, но и в культурной экосистеме города.
We wanted to separate ourselves from the art fair. We didn't want to make it just a shamelessly commercial, ruthlessly commercial sort of thing where galleries have little booths. We wanted to make it feel like a more contemporary art exhibition. And we wanted to find exciting places outside of the art gallery to show contemporary art. Make it a bit more real, a bit more gritty, and maybe a bit more of a sense of exploration. You come to a building like this and you explore it, and you find art, you discover art. And so we've been doing that for 15 years now. We had vague rules. We didn't really have any strong rules. One of the rules was that we wanted to show the sort of artists that you wouldn't see at the Melbourne Art Fair, but who you should see. That's pretty much our only rule. So I hope that you have explored. If you haven't, keep exploring. Lots of the artists are here tonight, and they'll probably be hanging around their work, so you could go and ask them about the work. And thanks everyone for coming. What I'm gonna do is get Darren, one of our curators, to come now and speak about this fair, please.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Sam. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the unceded lands of the Woorong and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging public present. So when I took over as one of the curators together with Liz and Bree, we had this incredible task of putting this show together. And I think what a lot of people probably won't get to see is what this space looked like just about 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago, you can imagine this place was still dusty. I think Gary had the lucky privilege to see what it was before all of this came up. But 3 weeks ago, we still didn't have electricity. You know, the floor was covered in debris, cables running out of the walls, tripping hazards and everything. But to put an exhibition together like this is, I think, first and foremost, indicative of the way in which the art community comes together through the support of their peers, their partners, their friends, and everyone in the arts who's helped put this amazing show together. There's just a couple of people I would like to really single out. Of course, both Sam and Tony, all major sponsors, and of course, all credit, or most credit, has to go to the artists for putting in the hard work and the time to bring, to turn this two-story building into a amazing exhibition filled with art. There's a lot to look, and I think shout out to a couple of artists who spent a lot of time turning this space.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Caulfield Park Community Board, Windsor Community Board, working together tirelessly to bring these two wonderful community branches and organizations in the community together. Tonight and also I want to congratulate Not Fair for another successful year of hosting and giving opportunities to artists to display their incredible talent and wonderful work. Big round of applause to these artists who've done such incredible work. We